Yeah, overall, typical, Eastern Conference grind with DC United. I thought, the first half, was a little bit slow with our pressure. I thought our front four never really got out of first gear, didn't press the way we wanted to. Not a lot of sprinting from them. We talked about it at halftime. It took around to about the 30th minute where we got going a little bit. I thought we passed the ball very well on the night, but our pressing wasn't up to what we would like. Faf obviously gets on the end of a cross after a great ball down the line by Ray Gaddis. Good run into that wide area that we look to work on all week, and good to see the guys execute that. And obviously a very good finish. You need your best players at times to really step up in games, and I thought Andre Blake did that tonight. Obviously the PK, that I don't believe is a PK, was a great save. At the end of the game, no excuse for having three guys free in the box, but Andre bailed us out. And again, you'd hate to see such hard work from our guys, and they work hard every game. For it to slip up at the end like that would have been pretty devastating. But big from Andre to make that save and bail us out. If you talk about a night where guys were willing to roll up their sleeves and fight, I think that was evident tonight. You talk about at the end of the game, Jay Simpson still wanting to press and doing a lot of dirty running for us. Marcus Epps coming into a pretty difficult situation with 5 minutes left in the game to help us close out and still get pressure to the ball. Again, was it perfect game of soccer? No, but at this stage of the year, a huge 3 points, a good, we're done with DC now, and a good record against them through the 3 games. Now we have to look forward to a quick turnaround against Red Bull in the Open Cup, at a tough place to go play. And then obviously New England at home again. Need to take care of business at home.
We'll start with Jonathan in the back. You watched the red card yet?
Yeah, it's not a red card, and I have to give a lot of credit to Harris. You talk about fair play in this league and all over the world. He's the one who had the intestinal fortitude, guts to speak up and say there was no contact. He's a man. He's a person that I respect a great deal. It's an incredible act. I think it's something you could show to not just young kids, but also a lot of the adults that play in professional soccer. Because again, what he did is very honorable. It's the right thing to do technically. I don't know if I would have done it, but at the same time, no, he did what is right for the game. So I do commend him and give him credit. In a crazy situation, because on the sidelines we're not sure what the heck's going on. You never have seen a red card and then it rescinded. I know the video review is here and had a word to the fourth official about it, but yeah, we couldn't figure out what was going on from our end. But you talk with Harris and you hear what happened, and Acosta as well. Very noble, honorable thing to do for Harris.
Go Ed in the back, middle.
Jim, Fafa talked about when Andre makes a big save, the emotional boost he gets. Can you see that carry over when he's playing at the level he's playing this game?
Of course, yeah. You feed off of that. I think it's the loudest the crowd has been all season too. To be honest, on that save, that was as loud as this place has got in maybe ever. To be honest, that was a really good ovation. I thought they were excellent tonight. They pushed us on. In that moment, though, you could see the players kind of rally around it. I think immediately after that, we had a pretty good response and started to get some confidence back and played some passes. But yeah, to make that save in that spot is what big-time players do. And Andre's a big-time player for us. Obviously, him and going away now, probably most likely to the Gold Cup. He left us with a big present, and hopefully we haven't been finalized on exactly when he's leaving, but at the same time, that was a heck of a performance going into a competition for his country. Can't say enough about the guy in terms of we really needed that tonight. And it's a fine line between wins and losses in this league. We've been on the tough end of some, and tonight we come out on the right end because of a great performance by Andre.
We'll go second row, Kevin, middle.
You said you didn't think it was a penalty on Gooch. Did you think it was ball to hand or something?
Yeah, so if you watch it, and Gooch, even talking with him, and we had actually the view we have of the shot, it's Kemp who can smack a ball. There's no DC player anywhere in the box. The shot is going clearly wide. So again, it's talk about feel for the game. It deflects off of Gooch's arm for sure. So again, everyone's going to say, well, then it's a handball. For me, it's a natural action where his arm was. It's into the side. I think it's a harsh call against Gooch. But again, if you have a little bit more feel, again, it's quick and it's difficult. But the shot is from really far out. You take everything into it. Is there a DC United attacker there that could get on the end of it? There's no one really there, and it hits his arm. But it's not an unnatural action that Gooch is kind of blocking it to gain an advantage on it. So.
Would you say that's different than the one in the first game against them where Richie had the call from closer range and when it looked like it might have been on?
Yeah, those ones are these ones are tough, right? So again, it's refereeing is brutal. I would never want any part of doing it. So again, you have to make these snap decisions. I still just feel like in that instance that was a tough one to call because the shot is from so deep and also it gets on Gooch in a way that he doesn't even have time to do anything. So it's more of a ball to hand than Gooch really taking advantage and blocking or protecting himself in any way.
We'll go Matt, front row.
It looked like on the Fafa goal, I don't know if he was the first choice for that cross coming in, but it seemed
Right.
like he ran onto that pretty well. What did you see from him there?
Yeah, we work hard on getting three runners in the box. You guys have heard me talk about that when the ball gets wide, a real commitment to have three guys running in the box. Again, 99 times it might not come to you, but that one that you're really committed, and Fafa was committed to get in there, things like that happen. And the contact that he makes on what's not an easy ball to hit, it's in the air for what felt like a while. But the contact that he makes probably puts it in the only spot that you beat Bill Hamid, who, again, made some saves, would have liked to have gotten it to 2-0 a couple times there, but Bill made some big saves. And you have two great young goalkeepers out on the field, and we were on the right end of a 1-0 win. And again, a scoreline that I, as a coach, really like because it shows that we were committed defensively, and our goalkeeper made some big saves as well.
We'll do a couple more. We'll go Matt here on the floor.
On a night where it's as physical and it's high, how hard is it to keep the players' emotions from boiling over and committing a foul?
Yeah, we still fouled probably too much in and around the box. You think of the first half, Gooch had one off a throw-in where you give them a pretty good look close to the goal. Staying disciplined is something we talked about. I thought that overall, while we didn't play perfect soccer, I think we still were together. We were committed as a team for the 90 minutes. You had 11 guys that all left everything out there. Were there mistakes? Were there turnovers? Absolutely. Bedoya, I thought, had an excellent game. Ray Gaddis was very good as well. But to a man, if you go through each guy, they checked a lot of positive boxes tonight. And yeah, it's a hot night. DC played Wednesday. Obviously still though throwing Nyarko on at the end is scary with Deshaun and Brown. But our guys were up to the challenge tonight, and they really stuck together. And again, we mentioned it before. Going out in the pregame talk, there's no better feeling than coming back in this locker room with 3 points, and they did that tonight.
We'll go Mark, front row.
Jim, you made a change at left back. Just there was no injury, right?
No injury, yeah, no injury. Just a situation where we wanted to give Gilly an opportunity. I thought he did very well tonight. Fabi has done some good work defensively. Everyone wants to talk about all the changes we need to make on our back line, but we've given up 20 goals this year, which is third in the Eastern Conference. Could be even lower after tonight after you see some of the score lines. So I don't think defense is our problem. Team defending has been good. We've given up 20 in now 16 games. That's pretty darn good. So to cue out individuals and blame individuals, I don't believe in that. But at the same time, when your number's called, when you're called upon, step up. And Giuliano did that tonight. Fabi will have opportunities. We have two at each spot in the defensive backfield, and it's a scenario where I trust all of them. They've all had good games for us this year already, and good performances. So it's a good problem to have, but just a decision where I think Fabi was sharp defensively, but lost maybe some balls too easily in the Red Bull game, some turnovers in some bad spots. We talked. It's a hard talk, but he agreed, and it needs to be said too. We have to do a better job. For whatever reason, our attack really shifts in our build-ups to the right-hand side. So you have a look when Fabinho's on the ball, when Gilly's on the ball, when Gooch is on the ball at left center back, and you pick your head up, because I have same view for the whole first half. There's not a lot of options, and it's because we tilt to the right for whatever reason, but we need to work on. We talked about at halftime having Ilsinho come over more to the left so there's at least two options instead of just Fafa in behind or Fafa short. We need more movement and more commitment to help on that side.
The last one, Jonathan in the back.
Talked about Blake leaving shortly. One assumes that whoever's getting called up to the U.S. team is leaving as well. If Bedoya is one of them, does that affect your backline calculus at all, given his ability to cover ground? And if
It's a
so,
fine. That's a big fine.
If so, what do you start doing over the next couple days to?
Yeah, listen, it's no secret. In our last 6 games with Ali Bedoya, we're 5 wins and 1 loss. So we need him. He's a darn good player. When you're missing him, we're not the same. That's no knock on Derek or Warren or anybody else who is on the field, because they're great players as well. But Ali is a U.S. national team player. He plays at the highest level. He's been through the battles, and different guys are working their way. But we're a different team when he's on the field, and that's defensively as a group, it's harder to score on us when he's out there, and that's clear. The track record now of the last 7-8 games, we missed him for 2, and we gave up 2 goals in each. Yeah, they're free starts and down a man, so you can always take the whole picture. But Ali is a great player. If Bruce decides to call him, we have to be ready, and we'll have the next man up mentality. Derek's been excellent for us this year too. But yeah, anytime you lose a national team quality player, there's going to be it's tough to replace. So we're ready though. We're ready to do it, and we want at the Philadelphia Union players to play for the U.S. national team. The only way this game will grow in this country will be if our national team is strong, and we want to be a club that has players in the youth national team, has players with the full national team, and we really believe in the American player, and it really has to be a situation where we're putting players in the national team, and the game is growing, and it's the only way it will grow.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
You have